assaulting a young woman who was passed out drunk behind this dumpster after a party on the Stanford University campus.
I just think the law is wrong. I think it was a wrong sentence. It's a terrible crime. We have a victim. No woman should have to go through that, and he should be in prison.
Turner was convicted, the prosecution asking for a 6-year sentence. He was only given a 6-month jail term. California Judge Aaron Persky, who was assigned the case, received death threats and last week removed himself from all criminal cases.
If you look across this judge's cases, he has consistently bent over backwards in favor of white, privileged defendants in sex crime cases and in cases involving violence against women.
California lawmakers on Monday passing new legislation that would eliminate a judge's discretion when it comes to sentencing probation when sex crimes are committed. Under these new provisions, Turner would have faced a minimum of 3 years in jail. Ray Raimondi, ABC News, New York.
Basketball star Dwayne Wade is talking for the first time about the shooting death of his cousin in Chicago. Earlier this month, Nikia Aldridge, a mother of 4, was pushing her baby in a stroller when she was shot in the head during crossfire. 2 people have been arrested in that shooting. Wade told Good Morning America he thinks too many are focusing more on his relationship with Nikia than his cousin herself.
Yeah, and that hurt me. That hurt me, you know, to be the name and that they talked about, you know, instead of talking about a mother of 4. That kind of hurt me and put me in a dark place for a few hours. Seeing that a lot of our kids...
Wade says he is going to use his voice to shed some light on the violence happening in his hometown there of Chicago. The State Department says it will release records of Hillary Clinton's meetings as Secretary of State before Election Day. The Associated Press reported last week a majority of the private citizens who met with Clinton or spoke to her by phone had donated to her family's charity, the Clinton Foundation. The AP filed a public records request for the records of those meetings, but the State Department said it wouldn't be able to answer the request until late December. But now the department says it will release the records around mid-October. All right, well, we head back to one of our other big stories, of course, the forecast. So many people, I'm sure, have plans this weekend with the holiday, Eileen.
Don't cancel them. Okay. At least if you're going to be here on this side of the Bay Bridge. Okay. But farther south, southern Maryland, that's where we'll probably see the highest impact locally. Okay. But it's not going to be anything like folks in the Carolinas and Virginia Beach are going to see. That's where we're really going to have the heaviest rain, the highest storm surge, the risk of flooding, and also a risk for isolated tornadoes. But locally here at home, I think we're probably going to have a low impact from Hermine as you get farther into southern Maryland and also along the beaches in Ocean City and farther south down through Assateague. That's where we'll have a moderate impact. You know, as Jamie was talking about, maybe you're looking to head out of town now, get across the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. My goodness, what a spectacular day. Sunny at 2 o'clock, 79 still at 5 o'clock and down to 74 at 8 o'clock. So no wet weather for your travel today. Overnight, or not even overnight, later on tonight, Zach Brown Band playing at Jiffy Lube Live if you have plans to be there or really anywhere out this evening. Comfortable, but really cooling off late tonight. You may want a little bit of a sweater. Now let's get to the timing of the wet weather tomorrow. So this is what I'm showing you. Not only precipitation, but wind gusts. So tomorrow morning, this is probably where most of us are sleeping. Winds will be gusting to around 25 miles an hour along the bay, up to about 36 miles per hour at the beach. This is the rain. So southern Maryland, Leonardtown, Lexington Park, even southern Calvert, Anne Arundel, in Charles counties, you may have a little bit of rain. This is tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Look at these winds, though, in Ocean City, up to 50 miles an hour. Keep going through time. Tomorrow around lunchtime, we kind of start to dry out a little bit here, but along the coast, that's where we still have the heavy rain and the gusty winds. These winds get up to about 60 miles an hour later tomorrow night, and then we may start to be a little bit dry, a little bit more rain kind of backs in on Sunday morning while we're sleeping, and then we start to see those winds lessen by Sunday along the shore. But again, here at home, it's not going to be all that bad. There's a lot of stuff going on around town. The only thing I would definitely suggest, bring a sweater or a sweatshirt. I know that that's crazy to think because, you know, Labor Day weekend, we usually think of hot and sticky weather. Well, temperatures only in the 70s tomorrow. The DC Blues Festival happening tomorrow 1 to 7 at the Carter Barron Amphitheater. So cool, breezy, relatively cloudy, but we should be rain-free, at least there. For the Labor Day concert that the National Symphony Orchestra will be performing at. This is all from the Kennedy Center, and actually the concert itself is on the West Lawn of the Capitol. Temperatures on Sunday may be a little bit warmer, 77 degrees at 3 o'clock, 78 by 9 o'clock. Gates open at 3 o'clock. Should be a great concert, so enjoy. And then Monday, Labor Day. If you've got picnics, trying to get out to the pool days best today and Monday. Monday, also the Nationals back at home as they take on the Atlanta Braves. What a beautiful day for baseball. Sunny, the winds will be much lower, and it will be warmer with high temperatures into the middle 80s. And just as we get back, terrible Tuesday, we won't have any weather impacts for that morning drive with kids going back to school, Congress back in session, all of us getting back into the swing of things, but it's going to get hot, 88, and then those high temperatures will be soaring back into the 90s by the middle of next week. So for those of you that were maybe a little sad it was going to be too cool for your liking this weekend, the heat and humidity are coming back. Julie, let me tell you though, as much as I love the pool, I'm going to go to the pool today, I'll go Monday, but I'm kind of looking forward to a cool weekend. I'm looking forward to bringing out the sweatshirts.
Really?